I'm going to be perfectly honest with you right here. I think I have genuinely found the perfect 5-wood of 2024. It goes long, it goes straight, it's good off the deck. There's only a few things I need to test to see if it fits the category of me saying 100% this can't be beaten. And you're probably thinking, Alex, how on earth do you know that this 5-wood is the best fairway wood of 2024? Well, firstly, one, it's a 5-wood. Most of us should ditch a 3-wood, bang in a 5-wood. But also, I've tested this 5-wood down at the driving range, and the results were crazy. I was seeing this 5-wood carry over 260 yards. That's like driver distance, literally driver distance. It was crazy how it launched high and it felt so forgiving off the face. But as I said, there are still a few things I need to try. And that being, how does it perform out of the rough? How does it perform off the fairway? Because we all know there's one thing hitting it off a range mat, but what does it actually go like off the fairway? So we're going to hit it out here, and I'm going to show you exactly why I think this right here is the best performing fairway wood of 2024. We're going to put it fully to the test over the next few holes here at Mottram Hall, starting on the 14th since we're out here now. So this fairway wood is the Cleveland Launcher XL Halo. You're probably thinking, Cleveland, what about Taylormade? What about Callaway? What about Ping even? They're dead forgiving. They're easy to launch. This thing though, let's start by hitting some off the tee. With the 14, just so you know where we're trying to hit this is the green just here. So anywhere around here is like perfect for middle of that fairway. And so we can see exactly how long it goes out here. I've got my launch monitor, popping it straight down so you can see exactly how far this goes. Now there are a few things that I love about this, but we'll start hitting some away first and then we'll go through. Okay, here we go. First time out on the golf course with this bad boy. This is so good looking down on it. Oh my. And look at that. So easy to launch. Yes, the sound is a little bit high pitch, and that's what I found on the range. There was part of me that thought, ooh, let's get this out here with proper balls. I don't know what I was worried about. 257 yards carry. First drive, first 5-wood, off the tee peg, here on the 14th. And like, what I was thinking about this club is that you could literally have this as like, well, you know when your driver just doesn't perform? We've all been there. And you just need a little bit of a nudge and a go-to club off the tee. I was like, well, this could definitely be that club. It's got enough loft to feel it forgiving. It goes high easy. It goes a long way, as you've just seen. Everything you want when you're not feeling confident. Oh, that's even better. That is even better. Look at that, just soft little fade dropping down on that fairway. 256. Well, off the tee, unbelievable. And those two drives would have literally, I say drives, may as well class as a driver because that's gone really far. Those two shots have finished literally next to each other. Now, I'm still a little bit apprehensive. We need to see what it's like off the deck, off actual fairway, off a tight lie, and then, as I said, from the thick rough. Because having a 5-wood is way better than a 3-wood for a few simple reasons. And this tech really, I think, for a mid-handicap golfer, is everything we need. So in my experience, golfers, mid-handicap golfers to be precise, or actually, I'll be honest, any golfer, having a 5-wood is way easier to launch, just because simply it has a little bit more loft. And what I tend to see happen with this is that we carry it a little further. Think about it this way, right? Think about the wings of a plane. And if the plane goes off too steep, it would obviously stall. But if it doesn't get enough height, it would never get in the air. So what I'm saying is, if you don't launch it enough with like a 3-wood, it is literally a pointless club. It won't carry any further than like your hybrid. Whereas, having a little bit more loft on your 5-wood, this is why you start to unlock some distance. So that's point number 1. And let me just pull over here and talk you through point number 2. And it's about us being a little bit honest about our game. And what I mean by that is understanding what technology will suit us if we are a golfer that struggles to launch it, if we are a golfer that needs a little bit of help, which, by the way, I think everybody needs a little bit of help. You have this XL head design, which essentially is a bigger head. Bigger head means more MOI, more forgiveness. You also have a rebound frame. Now, not but one, but two, which basically means off-center hits will go much further. Again, more forgiving. You also have the iconic halo design, which you can really see this lip here from the back edge, which, you know what, down behind the ball, it isn't as, well, I guess, in your face, because in the past, I'll be honest, I've not quite liked that halo design. In my eyes, this is a more subtle version. I'm really interested to see how these glide rails perform, because essentially what Cleveland say that these do is keep the club head squarer through impact. It improves turf interaction. Now, I've used clubs with glide rails before and they've felt crazy, but these feel a little more subtle, so I'm interested to actually see if they perform any good. Right, let's hit some here from the fairway. Let's find how far out we are, and you know what? How good this club actually performs off the deck, because fairway wood is that tool that we need to fly long off the tee, but also when we're off the fairway and we hit a bit of an off drive or on a par 5, can we launch it high, stop it quick and get it to land soft on the green? This is a tough ask, this is a tough shot. Look where I am, that's what I'm facing. Right now I have no idea actually how far I am away from that green, but let's find out. I reckon, I'm gonna guess, 225-ish. 225, maybe more, maybe less. Oh no, way out, 253. But based on those shots right there, I'll be honest, I don't think this is too much of a big ask. I'm gonna put it on a half decent lie because we're gonna hit some off the thick rough afterwards. But look at this, how this sits down behind the ball. You would see what I mean about that halo design. I know a lot of this is personal opinion, but can you just see how much more subtle that halo is behind the golf ball? Like, it sits square, but actually there is a tiny, tiny little bit of offset of what I see in my eye. But what I like about it is that even though you can see a lot of this face, and that's this here, you can really see a lot of the face because of the white in this hitting zone. Usually that would really put me off a fairway wood because it looks too lofty, but it just gives me the confidence in this one, which is really quite, well, I'm gonna say bizarre. But now you've had a little bit of a better look at this fairway wood. What do you think of it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? The sound's the only thing that I would say. And also, even though this is an XL design, it doesn't feel too big, which again, I think is great, because if you're getting the idea of it being XL, it being bigger, sometimes that can be a little bit off-putting because it's a bit like, ugh, that looks a bit odd down behind the ball. Right, can we hit the green here? We're 250 out. This is going to be pressurising for this club. Let's see if it can do it. I'm a bit nervous. Oh, it's a low stinger. I thinned that a little, which will be interesting. Does it get up there? Oh, did it? It pitched past the flag. It pitched past the flag. Okay, that was a bit of a bad swing. But we're on the back fringe of the green, which isn't the end of the world. Look at this, that is all over the flag. I landed about, well, I'm gonna say 15 foot away. And I go back to my range session. I felt like I could swing really quite smooth at this club, and look how smooth I swung at those two. One I got a little bit thin, granted, we found back edge, and one that I just hit beautifully there. It didn't go as high as I thought though, which, maybe that's because we're going downhill, I don't know. It didn't go as high as I thought, which, I don't know. I got to hit one more from the fairway, we'll do that on the next. So we've got some from the rough to hit and one more from the fairway, just to really show you this. I've just driven over the hill, which is back there, and this is the first one we hit, this is the second one we hit. They've gone so long, that's like driver distance. There's the green. And have a look where these are finished. We're all the way back here, and that's where the second one finished, just there. That is our flag. And then the first one that we hit was a little bit thin, still went great distance, it just sort of ran through a lot. But really good shots. Okay, let's go and hit some from the thick rough. But again, I'll go back to this question. Can you really see why I think this is a great fairway wood? I've just literally had a thought. There's no better jeopardy than trying a fairway wood off the deck when you've got to carry it over water. So we're going to take on this 15th tee shot here, which is over water by about a 230, 240 yard carry. Don't know why I do it. There's that high launch. There is that high launch. And there it is again. You will not have any of those two back down here, even if that was your drive. So, those glide rails, I'll be honest with you, I don't really feel them coming into play. It feels smooth along the ground, and maybe that's just because the glide rails are there, but I don't really notice them. I think they're going to come more into play when we hit these next two out of the thick rough, which are going to go to around about the distance I would think this Badger would be good for us to basically get ourselves out of trouble. I think what I'm trying to get out of this review is that this is a really versatile club that you can use from numerous scenarios. It could replace your driver off the tee. It's great from off the deck on the fairway. Like those two last shots there, they were the high launching ones that I saw down the range that I hit much better. The last two weren't great, but they still went the right distance, which I guess is the forgiveness. And we've also not even talked about the colour of this. So you've got that sort of dark grey colourway and lovely sort of leathery white and black head cover. It looks real premium. And you know Cleveland, like I said at the start, you wouldn't really think of using a club like this. So it's going to be at the fraction of the price of, I'm going to put in inverted commas, the big boys in like the woods category. So we are 256 yards out now, and I'm going to put one in the rough like that, sit it down a little bit, and then the next one just over here. These are the two lies which we are going to face. And there is the green. So a long way away, and yet this is the water that we had from the tee. So as long as this doesn't let me down from here, I think it's going to go in the bag for me. And on the bag note, notice I am still gaming these Wilson irons, the Dynapower Forged. Just I fell in love with how good they felt. Don't let me down now. Don't let me down. Oh, look at it launch. Get a pace. Oh, get up. I think, you know, that's bimbled on that back edge. That's not going to be far away. Now, it didn't go as high as obviously out of the fairway, but that still went decent height, didn't it? That was a proper gouge out of that. Okay, let's hit another one. A real gouge out. Get on that green. Get a pace. Oh, yes. You could literally throw a blanket over those two. Literally throw a blanket. Let's go and see what they finished. And look where we have finished. Let me put it in perspective from where we are to where these are finished. It's a big blanket you could throw over them, but you definitely could throw one over them. So we were, I'm going to zoom in, over that water. Like, we were down here, okay? All the way out 250 plus, and it was uphill. And look where these balls have finished. These are two brilliant shots, one here and one here. And this is what I'm finding with this golf club. And I'm so happy that I've seen exactly what I saw on the range come to fruition, big word that, out here on the course. And we have. It's high launched, it goes long off the tee, it was great out the thick rough, it was good from the fairway. We're seeing high launch stop quick when we need it, but we're also getting it to fly when we need a replacement to driver, when we've all been there. So I know that this for a fact is one of the best fairway woods of 2024, and you've got to ditch your 3-wood, think about a 5-wood, and this one, in my opinion, should be really highly considered if you're thinking about changing. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on that bell. You also control what we try next, so as long as you have subscribed, you have turned on the bell, just pop what you want me to try next down below.